Hi, my name is Autif Kamal. This is another workshop on logic and reasoning. This one is on expressing quantifiers as frequency. I will contrast this with categorical quantifiers in a moment, but before I do, if you have any questions or comments, you can relay them to my Skype username, autif.kamal, or by email. My email address is projectoptimization@gmail.com. Categorical quantifiers vaguely express the number of categories within the subject that the predicate is attributed to or applies to, whereas what I'll call numerical or frequency quantifiers expresses the number of instances in the past, present, and make projections to the future in which the predicate is attributed to or applies to the subject. Okay, and I'll give you examples for each of those types of quantifiers. So here you have all scandals end a politician's career, no gossip leads to a positive work environment, and some companies copy their competitors. Now, these are all definite in terms of, for example, which scandals end a politician's career. It makes clear that no matter which kind of scandal it is, no matter how serious or unserious it is, it will end a politician's career. And the same goes for the other examples. No matter what type of gossip it is, it's not going to lead to a positive work environment. And some companies makes clear that there's definitely a company that copies their competitors. Okay, so they're definite in terms of which types of categories under the subjects the predicate applies to. Okay, now if we were to convert these to have numerical quantifiers, this is what it would look like. Okay, scandals always end a politician's career. Gossip never leads to a positive work environment, and sometimes companies copy their competitors. Now, each of these are clear in terms of how often, for example, a scandal would end a politician's career. It says always, but it does not make clear which types of scandals. That's what all was doing before, and the same follows for gossip and companies. We're not sure which types of companies, and we're not sure which gossip, since all that's expressed is the frequency rather than the categorical quantifier, which would express all, some, or none. Okay. Now here are some examples for you to do on your own. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Otherwise, I will move on to the answers. Alright, so in the first proposition we have fear of failure prompts all students who are used to good grades to study. So all is the categorical quantifier, and it's basically saying no matter which types of students are used to getting good grades to study, all of them will be encouraged by the fear of failure to study. Whereas if we use a numerical quantifier, we have fear of failure always prompts students who are used to good grades to study. So instead of emphasizing the types of students, it's emphasizing when it would prompt them to, which is no matter when it happens, it will always prompt them to. And in this particular proposition, since the types of students that they are is already emphasized by saying who are used to good grades, then it's probably better just to say always rather than say all students. Now in the second example, we have no food lasts forever. So no matter what type of food it is, it will not last forever. That converts to food never lasts forever. No matter where you look in the past, present, or any time you look at the future, you have food that will not last forever. The type of food is unclear, or it's not made clear, but it's made clear that no matter where you look in the past, present, or future, it will not last forever. Then lastly, some teenagers make purchases based on what they see on social media sites. So it's making clear that there is at least one type of teenager that makes such purchases. If we convert it to have a numerical quantifier, we get sometimes teenagers make purchases based on what they see on social media sites. Now, it's not clear which types of teenagers make those purchases, but it is made clear that at some time in the present or the past, a teenager has made such a purchase. If you'd like more practice, you can go to Businessweek or Yahoo and then select an article that interests you. Now first, what you can do is you can look for a sentence that has a quantifier like all, some, or no. If that's too difficult, then simply look for a subject-predicate sentence and use what you find to formulate your own sentence and include your quantifier as you see fit. And then convert that so that it has a numerical quantifier. Likewise, you could also just look up words that have all, always, sometimes, or never, and then convert that so it has a categorical quantifier. Okay? So that's what you can do if you'd like more practice. Next up, I will go over how to modify a proposition that has a particular quantity so that it instead has a universal quantity. And in doing that, I'm going to show you how you can express which more specific subjects that a predicate entirely applies to, rather than which more generic subjects that a predicate only partially applies to. I'll go over that in greater detail in the next video. Alright, thank you.